Hello, hello, welcome or welcome back. Let's sit back, relax, have a snack, and enjoy. Sit at My Grave, Season 4, Sanity or Salvation, Chapter 18. Arden slowly gazed upwards. The man towered over him. His face looked pale in the hints of moonlight. His expression was almost unreadable. He seemed to have bags under his eyes. Arden's vision briefly focused on what was on his shoulder, finding the man's heavy hand still gripping onto him. The man spoke, a deep, smooth voice falling from his lips, with a word he didn't know. Arden's teeth gritted. He wanted to look for a way out, but he couldn't rip his gaze away from the person before him. He had no idea if he just ran into a perfectly fine stranger, or if he should be worried for himself. Excuse me? Arden pushed the question out of his tightening throat. The man drew his hand off of him, his robe sleeve swaying with the movement. Forgive me. You learn me way of the water's location. The man spoke carefully, his words dragging with him. Arden's heartbeat seemed to slowly regulate as he moved back, creating distance between them. It was torture, never knowing if he was in a normal interaction or not, but he took a shot in the dark and assumed this was someone traveling from another country. Are you looking for water? Arden questioned, his voice hushed. The man answered. Arden carefully opened his pamphlet, searching his map for the cafe, while the man steadily eyed him. The cafe isn't too far from here, Arden explained, showing the map to him. Thank you. The man nodded. Arden barely turned to leave before he was once again grabbed. Are you alone? The man questioned. It was a bit strange. The situation was uncomfortable, but maybe this was just a lonely traveler. I'm just trying to make it home, Arden told him. The man nodded. Yes, I'm very far away from my home. The man expressed somberly, before easing down to a seat, looking at Arden expectantly. Arden slowly came closer, gently getting into a seat beside him, gazing outside those windows. Hearing the train as it made its movements, it almost made him feel calm. Arden couldn't shake the eeriness that prickled the back of his neck. Your body. You look hurt. Have you been harmed all alone? The man questioned, gesturing to Arden's faded bruises, his face creasing in concern. I got into some trouble, but it's my own fault, Arden answered after sighing. He knew it wasn't an uncommon thing to see someone beaten up, but he got sick of having to give out lies about it. Every question about himself was just another stinking reminder. You deserve this. Arden looked back at the man, after averting his eyes briefly. This and a whole lot more, Arden responded. He knew what he was trying to do, but he couldn't get anything confirmed, and until he did, he was still guilty. There are two paths now. You can continue to do wrong knowingly and be punished every time, or lay out your mistakes and be taught the right path. An arm was put around Arden's shoulders as those comforting words were spoken to him. Arden stared off through those windows. He balled his lips for a moment before finally letting out a breath and speaking. I appreciate the offer, but I don't think a simple nudge will get me off the road I'm on, Arden contended. He'd already gotten other people involved, disrupted things. He wanted someone to cling to, but this person wasn't it. It would be wrong to spew his burdens out. Arden stood up, starting his walk down the path past the windows again. It's late. Have a nice night, Arden muttered. He spent way too long here as it was. Arden's wrist was grabbed. He turned to see the man was once again handling him. You've helped many a tortured soul. If you are ever grow weary with being lost, come find me. My name is Venyoka. Arden stared up while the man calmly spoke. One hand still clung to his wrist, while he raised his other over his heart. He still wore that sullen expression, was almost vacant, staring through him. Artem slipped his wrist out the loosening grip. He slowly licked his dry lips, staring back at Vinyoka. He vaguely understood when he explained he was in first class, the train's noises and his own blood pumping overtaking his ears, while his other senses were intent on getting out of there. In a foggy blur, Artem made it back to his seat. His seatmate was once again gone, but he paid it no mind. So many things had happened that night. The goosebumps still littered his arms. He'd be dissecting to see his words into nothing. That was a given at this point. But Vinyoka was something he hadn't expected. He'd been so eager to find someone on his wavelength that could understand him. He wondered, had he met it and became a coward to confess? Or had he been right to leave? It could have been a test of some sort. Or maybe he just didn't want to get another well-intentioned person hurt. Either way, he had to put it behind him and try to sleep. Soon, he'd have to see his family again. He had no clue what had changed with them since he'd been gone. He just hoped, whenever he saw their faces, he would have the guts to look them in the eyes.